So this is the interface of GSA search engine ranker, and I would just introduce a few options to you. You can go to the new option and click on new and create a new project. And if you just select any project, the edit option becomes live, and you can set the status from active to inactive. And there are priorities which we can use. For example, if we set this priority to just plus, and as you can see that the ones with the high priority would be selected first and done, and the ones with low priority would be selected second. And you can see the various URLs. So if I just go to yourdomain.com and go to the option of show URLs, I can see the verified URLs, and I can see the stats in diagram or chart form. How many links I do follow? 33 links I do follow. And okay, I can update the PR, and I can also see the engines which I have used, who is statistics and stuff like that. I can also check whether these links are in Google Index. Okay, and have options of showing the diagram or chart of these links. I can also import target URLs after scraping from Scrapebox, and I can also buy lists from Scrapebroker or GSA list. There is also the option of removing duplicate URLs, removing duplicate domains. And as you can see, some links are in green, some are in yellow. The yellow links shows whether they are do follow or no follow. Yellow links are no follow, the green links are do follow, and the pink links are the links from Whois sites. And if you come down here, you can see how many URLs have been submitted today. Reset today submitted statistics, yes. And I can see the verified links, the proxies which are active, and different kinds of information. Now if I just go and click on options, I have the option of using proxies. So first off, these threads that I use are dependent on the CPU power which you have. If you have a good CPU, if you are using a VPN, or you have very good RAM power, I would suggest using 250 threads. Or if you have a low power PC, you can use 10 to 50 threads. And for using proxies, you can just click on configure. And for GSA, usually the third tier or the second tier, I would just use these public proxies. But if you just go to add proxies, for the first tier I will use private proxies. You can go and find the public proxies online. If I just click on that, it will start searching for proxies, and as you can see, this proxies would be loading up 64 proxies. So I would just abort that for now. And you also have the option of importing private proxies. For me, I use the private proxies, semi-dedicated proxies from BuyProxies, and it just speeds up the process. I like it because public proxies die very soon and they are very slow. But when we use private proxies, the proxies are pretty fast, and you can set these proxies as private. And in options, you have the option of, when it comes to public proxies, automatically searching for new proxies every 60 minutes. and removing the bad proxies when older than 60 minutes or 180 minutes, whatever your choice is. I would suggest 3 hours if you're using public proxies. And that's pretty much about proxies. And when you are using proxies, I would suggest you can use for PR checking. You can use public proxies. For submission and verification purposes, you may use private proxies. If you do not have a large number of private proxies, I would suggest not to burn them up in PR checking and stuff like that. Use it for purposes like submission and verification. Or you can also use only public proxies, but it slows the whole process down. You also have the option of stopping projects when the proxies are not active, and you can take that if you're afraid that Google will ban your IP address. Well, Google does ban your IP address if a lot of automated queries happen, but it just happens for a few hours only. Anyway, it's your call. For the captchas, I use Captcha Sniper and Death by Captcha. Any captcha that cannot be solved by Captcha Sniper, it goes to Death by Captcha. And there are many options like GSA Captcha Breaker. And I use Death by Captcha because it is the cheapest. Captcha Sniper has come a long way from the previous versions. We have the version 4.3 and it looks nice, and the captcha solving abilities are up. So I use Captcha Sniper, and you can use anyone. For the recaptchas, for the captchas which people can't usually read, these are called recaptchas. For example, if you have gone to signing up of Yahoo or Google, I think Yahoo, they give a captcha and you are not able to easily read that. Computers, they cannot read that at all. So if you use Death by Captcha, who employ people to solve those captchas for you. And finally, you can check or uncheck this option. If everything else fails, what to do. And if you do not want annoying pop-ups, uncheck that. If you want annoying pop-ups and want a higher submission rate, check that. So I'll just click on OK. And for indexing, I do not use any indexing services like GSA Indexer. I just go for these services, and you can have filters from malware sites. I don't do anything about them. And verified URLs are the URLs which you used for other projects and your link exists on those URLs, and you can save those URLs in a list, and as time goes by the list grows bigger and bigger. So these are the basic setup options of GSA. For submission, you can use proxies. I have already told that I use private proxies from by proxies. For captcha, that by captcha or Captcha Sniper. Indexing, I don't do anything. And then the advanced options, you can also select successful sites if you want to. And no, I don't want the PR. And that's it. And if you click on any project and untick the default options, so I would click on article, web tools, and wikis for my first tier of links, and let's just maximize that. And for the first tier, we want to follow links, and you can see the various site platforms here. Compared to SENuke XCR, where you see a lot of URLs where you can post to, or Ultimate Daemon, you maybe bit disappointed with GSA the first time you see it, because you don't see any sites, only these platforms. But what GSA does is that it goes out, scrapes all these links from these platforms, and builds a custom list for you. Isn't that cool? Compared to SNUK Exia, we have to scrap a list of URLs and give it to it. GSA does it by itself, and we have all these platforms that we can use, and we have wikis also. So I would just right click here and I would uncheck engines with no follow links. The reason why I do that is because for a first year we need do follow links, because if you are building a tier links with lot of no follow links and building first, second, third tier and side links, and your list contains lot of no follow links, so the ultimate aim of this tiered link building will not be done. The page juice will not get passed. So we have to keep a maximum number of do follow links, and as you can see, some links have gone like opera.com, and from wikis and this media wiki has gone out. Yes, you also need a variety of no follow and do follow links. For that, what I would do is I go and do some high PR blog commenting from, and as you know, whether it is love or keyword love, the comment links are usually no follow, and I do that manually just to keep a variety. And coming to the data options, you can use a random URL from the above list. I would use just only one URL, and there are options of importing anchor text and URL. So if you just go to SpinAchieve, and you have the option of spinning together anchor text and URL if you want to. And if you have already inserted anchor text and URLs in your spun content, then there is no need of inputting all these options here, keywords or stuff. Anchor text, you don't need that. But if you haven't done that and you are using GSA for your first tier, then you need to use these options, and you can use URL variations like HTTP say seekd4.com, HTTP www.seekd4.com, HTTP in capitals, and lot of variations are there. For the keywords, I would just go to Scrapebox, keyword scraper, web hosting, and click on scrape. So Scrapebox has completed the scraping, and I would go and remove the duplicates, and okay, I'll just copy this all and come here and go to the tool and import from clipboard. Okay, yes, and all the keywords have been imported. I will leave these options unchecked. For the anchor text, usually what I do is for every project, for every keyword that I have to rank for, I would use one anchor text per project, and use a different article, use a different spoon article, use a different description, and all that. It's your choice. You can use one or two anchor texts and go along, and you can also use keywords as anchor text. For this option, I wouldn't use that. And partial match anchor text, so if your anchor text is web hosting review, maybe another anchor text. Partial match, best web hosting, another one. Secondary anchor text, something related to web hosting. And branding anchor text, like say my brand is RX host reviews, and generic anchor text like click here. You can see the options here. You have a big list of generic anchor texts here, and the list goes on, and we will keep that to a minimum of 10%. Can use domains as anchor text. Citations are URLs without links. So if you have submitting a URL and it is without a link, these are called citations, and Google does value that. And you can also use anchor text variations in capitals and non-capitals. About yourself, GSA fills that for you, and you can just input the website title and the category. I will just go to for the category and add level. So web hosting, so it's about technology. Okay, and add level in technology hosts, no, web hosting. Okay, and that's it. Website title maybe the best web host reviews. I will spin it and I will post the video until I spin. So I have included the website title, and you can randomize the login and password. And next we would go for the article manager and click on add, enter manually, and I will just paste whatever is here. I have pasted the title, and let's go for the rest of the content. See, and yes, that's done. As you can see, I'm not inserting the URLs of my site here because GSA would do that for me. And just click on OK. And if you want to add another article, just click on add, enter manually, and that's done. And there are many options here. With GSA, you have the option of inserting random images and random videos. Since I had already created this spoon content with the help of my spinner chief, I am not using the option of inserting these random images. You can also use random URLs, and you can use search engines, or you can use your own URLs from Scrapebox. I have covered that in detail in my spinning tutorial to just maintain the diversity. And for the next option, let's just test and see. So we have our URL, keywords, web hosting comparison, our anchor text, click home, about yourself, login password, and website title. And we have all these options here. Article and with an image, article summary, etc. And OK. And we can even preview the article, minimal option. And this is the article preview. Just a minute. I guess I had pasted it more than once, so I'll just generate the preview. See, okay, so it is working. It is working nice, and we have a preview here. Okay, and for the options, you can have various options here. You can pause the project after a minimum number of submissions each day, and you can set and forget GSA for that. For the first tier, maybe 100 submissions are okay. Second tier, 1000, 1500, and goes on. And it's, if you want, the submissions will be limited as per that, for 30 minutes if you're running for say 1 hour, and the 100 submissions complete in 30 minutes, and after that the submissions would go after only the 30 minutes are over, and you can ask all services to fill captchas. And there's one thing I would like to tell you about. In GSA, these annoying pop-ups come up every time, so just show you that. Click on OK. No content for secondary anchor text. Just let me deal with that. I'll just keep it inside and just get inactive. Okay, I'll get back to you once this is done. I'll get back to this one once this is done. And you can have a GSA indexer. I don't tick that. And character spinning is something which I wouldn't use, because character spinning would pass copy escape. Those articles would pass copy escape, but search engines identify this as duplicate content, so we wouldn't be using that. Tags, you can use keywords or anchor texts, maybe keywords, and randomly use typos. This will make it more human. And try to always place an URL. I wouldn't take that. And for search engines, I would go and use the search engines of USA. So for determining the search engines, I would just right click and check by country, and I would go for United States. Okay, so if I just scroll, and I can see these United States search engines being ticked. And always use keywords, and when you do that, you'll get a even more targeted list of URLs. And use URLs from global site lists if enabled. I use generally verified links if a global site list is enabled. And analyze and post to competitor backlinks. It would analyze your competitor backlinks and post to them. But if you have selected some criteria for links, like skipping sites with more than 100 outgoing links, or have set a minimum PR, then it would ignore those settings. So analyze and post to competitor backlinks is something you can try only if you are completely sure about the links of your competitors. I wouldn't do that for my first tier at least. And you can set a time limit between posting to the same site. For my first tier, I would select 50 outgoing links. I wouldn't select a PR, maybe PR 0. And type of backlinks to create, I would create only article wikis, not bookmarks, comments. I don't want that, any of that. and I don't want any directory links or bookmark links. Profile links, any of that. And you can select this sites. You can skip these sites with these words. Okay, and it's your choice. And yes, I would skip sites from all these languages and countries, and you need to take it one by one if you want to, maybe. And for email verification, what I use is I will go to add and generally use Hotmail IDs, and as you can see it has filled the options of POP3 server. And I'll just and this test is successful, and you have to do that. I generally avoid the default email IDs provided by GSA because they are from disposable email IDs and I don't want. You can also buy email accounts, and what I generally do is I use Fiverr to get my Hotmail accounts or Gmail accounts and wait at least 15 minutes before two logins. That's your choice, and you can delete messages when verification link was found, otherwise it would have a huge list of emails. I would generally tick that. And let me just go to data and uh, include some partial match anchor text like best hosting reviews. I can generally get that from Scrapebox or hosting secondary anchor text, maybe uh, etc. And valid email entered. I don't know why that happens. Just a minute. Maybe I have to remove that which one was above, and we click on OK. Okay, so it is done. And I have enabled the use of site lists, but I have also checked the option of keywords. Yes, continue anyway. And my project is active, and I can create my first tier of links. For the second tier of links, I would go to new, enter name, and I would use verified URLs from another link building project, which is yourdomain.com. Okay, and I have tier field options here. Use anchor text from verified URL. Do follow only. No, it's okay if I have some do follow and no follow links. And I wouldn't bother that much about external and internal links, but even in this tier 2 case I would use URLs only from articles and maybe document sharing, microblog, social videos, video adult, no, web tools and wikis. And okay, and these options are set. and you need to fill in the keywords and all of that. For the tier 2 I generally use content machine for my building various keywords and anchor text and all of that. So for just the purposes of education, let me see if it's so. And A, B. And click on OK, and I would write that as tier 2 for your domain. And there are other options that you can do. For example, you can create secondary links for all your tiered linking structures. So use verified URLs from another domains like tier 1 and tier 2, and you can create secondary links. And for secondary links you can use all these options, like not maybe blog comments, directory, forum, guest book submissions, and pingbacks, referrals, social bookmarks, all those kind of links for your secondary links, which are used to strengthen the tier 1 and tier 2. These are not the tier 2 links or tier 3 links. These are secondary links that send in a link choose to your tier 1 and tier 2 links. And if you have all these tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 created, you can have an option of just go to use verified URLs of a multi-tier level project, and you can select your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 and create blog comments and forums and guest book submissions and social bookmarks for all these kind of links and strengthen those tiers. As I had said, I wanted to show you something in options. If a form can't be filled, you have to click on choose random. The reason is that I'll just show you. Yes, and just let me make it inactive. Your domain is active, and just let me start it. So these are the kind of pop-ups that I was talking about. If you do not select choose random, what happens is that these annoying pop-ups always come up and they will not go down until you select it, and it goes on. Now some of these pop-ups are like questions: Apache Con N8 2010 was hosted in which city? And if you don't fill them in, the registration doesn't happen. And if you keep the option of asking the user and you fill it in, the registration rates, the submission rates, the verified URLs will be higher. But if you don't want the annoyance, you can always go to options and select choose random. So I will just stop that. So in the options, if a form field can't be filled, just choose random. In most of the cases, this takes care of this thing. So it's okay. And other thing that I would like to tell you about is that in GSA, if you right click and go to status, and you can click on active remove links. What it does that is, in Google can't be sure of what would land you in a penalty in the future. So if your domain is penalized, you can just go right click and select the option of remove links, and it will log in and remove all the links. Because we are selecting articles and web tours and wikis for our first year, there will be a login registration and we can remove those links. And that is also one of the reasons why we aren't using block comments or things like that, where we have no control over the links. The first year you should have control over the links. Other than using GSA, we can also use private block network links for the first tier, and more than that, we can also scrape URLs for GSA, and I will show you how to do that. Just go to show URLs and verified URLs and click on export, and I have already done that. So let's just jump into Excel, and in Excel these are the verified URLs from GSA search engine ranker. So I would just press Ctrl and F, and I will find all, and I will replace with nothing. So around 2.3k replacements have been done. Again I will find / find all and replace with nothing. And what it does is that it gives me a list of footprints that GSA employs. All these things that you see are footprints, and these are the common parameters that GSA employs to find URLs. So what I would do is just find the common ones, click on the left side and copy it and paste it to a notepad file, and I have already done that for you. As you can see, these are the footprints that I use for that I extracted from GSA search engine ranker. And what I would do is just go to Scrapebox and fill in the details. So we have Scrapebox here. I will just go to this keyword scraper and scrape some keywords, and that is almost done. Send to Scrapebox. Okay. Oh, I did not remove the duplicates. And now send to Scrapebox. Okay. And after that I'll go to merge, and I have my GSA footprints here, and as you can see, these are the footprints. Document SRL index PH document. These are the footprints that GSA uses. I will make it available for you underneath the video on my blog. I will also merge it with my common list of words, and I have a huge list of footprints to scrape. I will not be using proxies for this because it's just a tutorial and I have to always hide the proxies whenever I use them. What I would do is I would just go and start the harvesting. When you do that, use proxies and leave it overnight. I will use only Google. That would be enough. I will start harvesting. Yes. Let me pause the video until that is done to a certain degree. Okay, so I have got some results, so I will stop harvesting, and I will go to remove and filter, remove duplicate URLs. Yes, and some URLs were removed. As you can see, it has given me a lot of URLs that I can use for my link building, which are GSA type. What I would do next is export the URL list and as text, and I would save it, say desktop, and I will just go to GSA list new, save, and minimize that and go to GSA, and in GSA I can import target URLs from file, and click that. I can GSA list new, I can import the list, and this is the list that I can import and use for my link building. This is a GSA list as per the footprints of GSA, and once you employ this trick overnight, you'll get a huge list of URLs that you can use for your link building, and maybe you can use that for larger projects. While importing these URLs, you can also check if they are indexed on Google, because we need something which is indexed on Google, and that is how you use Scrapebox for making a GSA list. And GSA is very powerful. Even now, had just updated yesterday, and another update is available for GSA, and that's how it works. It always updates itself, and you have a huge platform of sites that you can use. For the third tier, I would suggest you can use all these platforms, from articles to wikis, and you can use any kind of article or links that you want. And for contextual links, you can use all these keywords, huge list of keywords. And since Scrapebox scrapes better than GSA, I'm inclined to use that whenever I build my GSA lists. And this is the one piece of software that can build you tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. It also takes care of this multi-tier link building structure, and I would suggest using it. So
Hi, if you have watched the tutorial so far, I'm pretty sure that you would have enjoyed it. You can watch any of the tiered link building tutorials by clicking on the videos right now. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the big yellow button. And please keep sharing my videos. The more you share, the more I make. Thank you.